Hi there, this was live. Very intense storm.
Disruption right across the UK overnight,
ISHA.
tens of thousands of homes without power and causing extensive travel problems for this morning's rush hour.
Yes, trains have been
Weather
suspended,
forecast.
flights cancelled. Flood warnings are in
UK
across
2024.
England, Wales and Scotland, and wind speeds of up to 99 miles per hour have been
Whoa.
recorded in Northumberland.
Titan Moon Digital
Nuclear
now.
Power
It's down
Station
there.
also suspended operations overnight as a precautionary measure. Aruna Iyengar reports.
Date today is 22nd of January. 2024, guys.
Storm ISHA has hit hard. Wales saw winds reaching 90 miles per hour. This was
Wow.
In Scotland, roads were closed due to falling trees. This one came
Crash
from
a boon that goes down.
Luckily, no one was injured.
Wow.
And in Kent, a glass table goes flying.
Whoa, that's dangerous.
The wind lashed the coast of Ireland. And inland, torrential rain and strong winds in the town of Athboy.
Wow, look at that.
Storm ISHA has also caused power cuts.
Worst storm in 10 years, guys. I was right. I'm always 85% right. I said it'd be the worst storm. Worse than the storm Eunice. I told you guys.
In Cumbria, suspended operations overnight.
I'm good at this
Staff
forecasting.
were told there were no safety issues, but the closure was a precautionary step. There's disruption on the railways. This tree fell onto tracks in North Lanarkshire. ScotRail has cancelled all its rush hour trains this morning.
The extreme weather conditions brought about by Storm ISHA means that it wouldn't be safe to run passenger trains. That's in the interest of passengers and staff. Services won't start up until later in the day because we've got to check every track and every route to make sure it's safe.
And Network Rail has imposed 15 mile per hour speed restrictions across many routes. In the air, travel is proving tricky. Conditions stopped some planes landing at Heathrow.
Oh, she's up, she's down, she's...
This shows planes at Gatwick making numerous attempts to land, and other flights diverted to airports far from their intended destinations. More than 100 flights were cancelled at Dublin Airport yesterday. People are being warned to be particularly careful near coastal areas with the flying debris. Weather conditions are expected to quieten down and then get ready for more bad weather to come later in the week.
It might be named a storm one on Tuesday. System's coming in. I did predict that one, guys, as well.
Well, high winds
I'm not joking.
cause problems in coastal areas, and there are widespread problems on the roads and rails.
Got flooding issues as well.
In a moment, we're going to speak to our
Trees
reporter,
down.
Julie Sharp.
It's absolute carnage, guys. I was right. I'm good at this forecasting. I should get a victory. I have victory for this forecast. I should get a knighthood from the Queen of England. Well, the Queen of England. A knighthood of the King of England, King Charles III. If he's still around still. Not very well though, is he? He's got prostate cancer. What's cancer?
A short time ago that left with blue lights, but we don't know the details. The wind is still very strong and the sea is still very rough. High tide due here in around an hour and a half. The RNLI have been putting warnings out throughout the storm, throughout the night, saying that it's a danger to life to go too close to the sea. The fear was that those strong waves could catch people or bring debris and take them out to the sea. Difficult to rescue them, very difficult to see anybody out there at night time, and also a real concern about the cold water. Also with these strong winds there have been problems with flights, and of course we've been hearing about more than 8,000 homes without power and electricity. Northwest have been saying that there's real problems in trying to reach them because of the conditions, and they could stay without power till 5 o'clock tomorrow.
Blimey, this is quite a deadly storm, guys.
Let's look at the impact on transport.
I knew it was going to be bad. Told you.
Especially in Scotland, where the railway operator has cancelled all of its rush hour trains this morning. Gillian Sharp is live for breakfast at Glasgow Central Station. Gillian, this sounds very difficult indeed for lots of people. What can you tell us?
I mean, it is indeed. It's 7 o'clock on a Monday morning. This would normally be packed with commuters. I've just been inside, and the departure
storm this has been.
tells its own story.
Very hair-raising as well.
As you say, no rush hour trains. Now, the decision was taken to stop trains at 7 o'clock last night. That was in the face of a weather situation. ScotRail said they didn't take the decision lightly. They knew that it would really impact people, but it was a safety decision. Now, although the amber weather warning has now expired,
And the rare red warning across the western parts of Scotland.
we're still left with a legacy.
It was 1 to 5 p.m. this morning.
Trains, as you said, before they get up and running, every route will have to be checked for trees or other debris on the line. We've seen trees already and even a shed on a train line in Glasgow.
Wow.
So that could be much later in the day before things get up and running. We've also seen dozens of flights diverted. One flight from Tenerife going into Edinburgh actually ended up in Cologne, and also disruption on the roads and ferries. So a very difficult picture here in Scotland.
Julian, thank you very much indeed.
Absolutely
it's so strange
incredible.
To see that the station, that normally busy station, completely empty. Rush hour, 7:10 on a Monday morning, isn't it? We'll go back to Gillian later and get a sense of what's going on all over the country. And from you as well, if you've got bad weather where if you're impacted, do let us know. Carol,
I don't know,
has
it's
the
too dark
very
to see anything outside at the
latest
moment.
weather warnings for us in a few minutes. But Sally's got more of today's
Oh,
news.
mate. You covered so many storms in your life.
Trouble, John.
And about now you're in the studio.
Yeah, we're starting with this morning the Duchess of York,
There
Sarah
you go.
Fergus.
Yeah, that's York's not very well. She's got skin cancer now. Hey guys, here, please subscribe to on Sunny Gems with the force. Be with you always. Quite that's what needs the money. That way needs to fit. That's my friend Sparky and Jimbo every Friday, £3 to £5 Surrey Hills radio station show. £3 to £5. And this is my friend John on Lara Show every Sunday at 9 to 12 and live on the Waking radio station show every Sunday. And this is my friend Shane for the years every Friday at 10 to 12 and live on the Surrey Hills radio 10 to 12 Shane for the years radio show because the weather's looking pretty calm. Today, a little bit windy and breezy. We can't see, we won't be able to see most, we won't be able to tell what most of the damage is. I'm sorry very much. Best thing to do is listen to the local Surrey Hills, well, the local radio stations around Woking locally and across the council local like the BBC or the Surrey Hills radio station today. Find what's going on locally, find any trees down and there's any flooding out there. I don't know how much rain's falling yet, but it's going to be probably quite a lot of rain, I imagine. It's been quite a stormy night and quite a wet one, so best advice I can give you is leave early for work this morning if it's an important essential journey, and leave early. I'm going to be doing the same thing. Might be flooding on the roads, down Brookwood Line Road, I don't know what that's going to be like. There might be trees down on the Basement Canal. Everywhere else is, depends. I don't see many trees down around here. Maybe Woking around here this part of Woking town was spared the worst. Still trees standing there. But you just don't know unless you go early. It's best safe than sorry. These scratches on Sunday, the storm issue was pretty bad, guys. I did predict it to be worse than Storm Eunice in 2022. I was right. I'm always 85% right about storms across the UK and other events of weather across the UK and the world globally. I'm one of the best weather in the galaxy. Better than Weatherman, better than Met Office anytime. Subscribe to on Sunny Gems. I definitely forecast the weather and they do it anytime. Subscribe to my show on Sunny Gems. My bit bad one. What a beautiful, glorious chorus of birdie morning noise it is this morning. It's smiling. Right, anyone.